Hi, Jen Crosley from the Ice Resin Design team. Today I'm going to talk to you about some new bezels that we have available on the iceresin.com website. These are by Kristen Roberts and they're right up my alley. They're very antique looking. They're the Rue Romantique. I hope I've said that right. You don't necessarily have to use these for a necklace. I'm going to show you, I'm preparing how to do a cuff bracelet. As you can see, this has got a loop on the end. We can actually cut that off. And we'll just use some flush cutters I've got here and just do two little snips. One on the other side, just break that off a little bit, and one just here. Okay, you'll see that you'll end up with a silver looking piece on the end. We'll soon disguise that. The next thing I would do is actually use a file. Now we'll just try and round that off as much as we can. It's better. Okay, and that's nice and soft now on the end. Next thing we'll do, if you're making your piece up, you don't actually want to leave that bit there when all the rest is the same colour. So what I usually use is just some patina. I like to keep mine in a container so I can throw little bits and pieces in there from time to time, and I can just shake them and it automatically patinas them or makes them go dark. Now with that little bit on the end, I'll just pop it in here for a second. You don't want to put too much in because you don't want the whole piece going a darker colour. See how it's coloured on that end? So that's made that all uniform now. So we'll just use a bit of paper towel and wipe that off. Okay, so that's that bit done. Now I'm actually going to try and make, I'm actually going to make a cuff out of this one. So what we do next, I've got my bangle shaper here, or mangle, and just with a rubber mallet, I'm just going to put it up to the very top piece. And I'm just gently forming it. You don't want to go too hard, otherwise you'll end up breaking the bezel. So just a little tap, just to get it to start to curve over. Do the same on the other side. So I'm sort of banging lightly, and see it's starting to curve. I can take that a little bit further, which I've done on this one. I've already done, and I've actually got that fitted, so that'll fit on the wrist, curved around. Another thing that you might find is trying to always get that shape. Some of the bezels we have on the iceresin.com have a stencil that you can use for that inside piece, so that makes it easier. Just a quick tip: with a bit of paper, just put it over the top of the bezel, and then just rub with your fingernail. That's what I normally do, and just make the mark, and that'll give you your template to cut it out. Can you see that there? So what you'll do is you'll end up cutting to that inner line, and that'll give you the template. Here's one that I've actually cut out earlier, and that's what you'll end up with. So that should fit into there, and that'll make it easier for you to get your picture the right size. I've also started using some images from Kristen's new book up the back, that she has some really cool pictures and some paper. You see I've already used some of them. What I've actually done with this is, because that's such a small bezel, I've actually reduced it down 50%, so that will fit into my bezel. So I've actually reduced the pictures, and I've cut it out. Next you use your paper sealer that Susan sells as well, and just give it a coat front and back. Otherwise it'll go translucent and you won't get your picture. So I've already given that a coat, so that will be then stuck into the cuff. Another tip, just if I go to put this down, and if someone knocks it, it's going to rock once I put the ice resin in. So one of the tips that one of our previous design team members suggested is the old rice. Just put some rice into a container. Okay. No, it's not cooking with Jenny. Now we'll just pop it just on there. So see, it's got a nice base now, and I'll just pour the ice resin into that, and that one's finished. So it's just to show you that you don't have to use the bezels as necklaces all the time. I'm converting this one into a bracelet. You can also drill holes either side and use jump rings from there, so we can turn the bezel around the other way. So next I'll just pour the ice resin on that, and that'll be finished. Okay, thanks for joining us.